Hello Cobrats, and welcome back to The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess HD. I'm TryclydeTamer, finally in my new room in our newly remodeled house, or at least mostly on the interior. We still have quite a bit to do, but that does not stop me from recording now. I have my Alpine hat as well as my jacket because it's kind of cold here in November going into December eventually and stuff. Last time we defeated Zant and found out that Ganondorf is waiting for us at Hyrule Castle with Princess Zelda. So, for Zant to cease to exist, we must also make Ganondorf cease to exist. But for the time being, we have one final couple bit of things we want to do in the way of side questing. And it brings us here to the Gerudo Desert, where we're not going to be going into the Cave of Ordeals first, but we're going to go into this right here. And we're going to tap an amiibo, the Wolf Link amiibo, to bring ourselves to the Cave of Shadows option. Let's save and begin. Yeah, there's kind of things going on, so hopefully it's going to let me start from scratch with it being on a different file. Let's just see what it'll let me do. There we go. Let's go into this thing. Of course, after a little bit, I'm going to be speeding up. Should you wish to test yourself, complete the challenges ahead in wolf form. Alright, let's see what these challenges are all about. This first floor of 40, as we found out, is the ultimate amount of things we're going to have to go through. Yep, the first one has 3 Shadow Beasts, or Twilight Messengers, or just Twilight things over in general. That's what we must defeat. And it's actually kind of weird because, you actually have to complete this place 3 separate times. You get to, like, up to floor 5 for the first little bit of things, as we're going to find out. Then we'll go to a different bit after a different point. The main things are after finishing Faron Woods, restoring the light there, and then after witnessing Ganondorf's execution at the Arborist grounds, and then the final set of things are going to be after, well, defeating Zant pretty much, or at least actually just getting through the soul parts of things. And I'm not really doing too great at this. If things are serving me properly, it should be making me restart this thing after 5 floors. So, yeah, there will be hearts for you to get. You can dig up hearts, that's why I'm going into sensory mode. And the first one is actually going to be on floor 5 to memory, so yeah. From this point, let's speed up. Then, once you're here, return to this place when you desire a greater challenge. Well, I do desire a greater challenge, and if things serve me correctly, it should be floor 5, or maybe it's not. That's actually floor 4, and floor 5 is a rewards floor. And if I were to sensorify around, yeah, things are there to dig up, and it's going to wait for me right there. Cannot continue until we, as I said, witness the execution of Ganondorf at the Arborist grounds, but I'm already far enough in the game to do the whole thing all the way through. So let's go ahead and get out of here and go right back in after Minna lets me out. Just do some nice materializing away and then get right back in. And yeah, this also is the thing that happens. You get to show all this. There's the Wolf Link amiibo, Ganondorf amiibo, and Zelda amiibo that I might be making use of for the sake of not having more damage taken, but for recovering hearts. Yeah, we're omitting the Ganondorf one for now. So anyway, let's go ahead and close out of this and get right back into the swing of things. This music brought to you by Hyrule Warriors. Oh yeah, gonna be listening to some nice hard rock music with the very prominent drum in the background going boom, 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 and all that stuff. But yeah, I'm not really going to mention all the individual enemies you're gonna be seeing. Of course, it's all on the screen, so pay attention to that and don't make the mistakes I do to take damage. I often get hasty around large groups of enemies, often clumped together, and it leads to my demise. But in a lot of early floors, it's not too hard to not lose damage, and if you do, there are enough of the digging spots to get hearts back. I can't really figure out where all the specific digging spots are for hearts here in the Cave of Shadows, but I do have them written down for the Cave of Ordeals when I do the post-commentary for that. So here we are fighting Tektites. I'm going to be watching for enemies that have very specific strategies. Oh man, Goblin Archers are about the worst enemies you'll find in either cave. More digging hearts right there. and Dodongos, I like to do the force field thing, go around them, wait till the targeting happens to their tail, for you to do that. I'm receiving a text to Rooney on my phone, and yep, I'm just doing things in such a way. I got a text on my phone, and yeah, my grandparents might actually be stopping by after their church visit, because our house is not too far from their house, and could be an easy enough stop. I don't know. I'll have to listen for my dog barking. Hopefully I can actually hear it loud enough. If not, oh well. But yeah, here we are against 3 Des, and also the little poison mice, as they are. I want to call them scarab beetles, but they're not that. I mean, I guess it's kind of the same thing, but yeah. I just like to lunge at them, tear out their insides and stuff. So that's the next little bit. So after part 2, we come to this part, which I believe is the last little bit where you would need to have gotten all the way up to basically powering up the Master Sword in the Palace of Twilight. Gotta turn down my volume a tiny bit more because the music is getting a little nippy in my ears. Oh man. Yeah, archers are pretty bad, but another bad set of enemies will be Armos, so be careful with them. Try to take them down one at a time. Just go around their shield to reach their backside, and also step away so that they don't stomp on you even in their death animation. That's when most of the damage I got was taken. Did I already use the Zelda amiibo? I was kind of talking over things, yeah. I went to the collection screen, tapped my Toon Zelda amiibo to get me some extra heart refillage, yeah. I'm not really the greatest at this. Actually, I think there's going to be a different room with Armos. Coming up to it, yeah, it's in this last little section, but we'll see it when we see it, if we haven't already seen it. If that makes sense. Here we go. Oh man, and another bad set of rooms as we get to the next little bit of music, the skill music from this game, but in the Hyrule Warriors version. It's pretty cool. Yeah. Speaking of cool, the bad floors are all the snowy ones. Just be careful not to lunge too crazy like at the little freezers going around, the mini freezers. So yeah, I'm just making sure my texts aren't too bad going on. Is this room? Yep, here's the room with the Armos. Just try to take them down individually, and also the baby Gomas and stuff. It'd probably be more fun and easy to actually have the boss rush of the bosses we fought throughout the game, but I guess we kind of had that with Zant. Not really Argarok though. That was a fun enough fight on its own, and I guess Zant put the armor on Argarok to make him Armorgarok instead of Armoragoma, Armoros or something. And these Armos Knights that we're fighting, but they're not really Armos Knights. That's more of a thing in other games. Here we are with some Dinophos. Still have a bit of recovery to do. And another annoying room with Chillphos and Freezers. So fun. Mini Freezers. Yeah, it would be impossible to kill big-sized Freezers in wolf form because you need the ball and chain to do such a thing unless you somehow find a way to get a hold of a cannonball and stuff. There's a Helmosaurus. Those things are considerably easier than a Helmosaur. Helmosaurus, I gotta be more enunciate to the words to take down, yeah. Another pretty annoying room. I gotta go straight for those Shadow Bulblin archers, or Twilight, whatever. I think they are Shadow with the normal enemies, as weird as it is. Then as we get to the later stages of things, we are in a foggy room with some Zantheads fight. I mean, yeah, I am editing things out for the sake of keeping interesting things in, so just spectate things on the screen. There's actually quite a lot of floors where you get some hearts to dig up. We'll be seeing some, of course, when I get to the Cave of Ordeals as well. But yeah, we are actually on the last one right here, with this one with the shifting things around. Start off with some Stalkin, then maybe some Zantheads and Baba Serpents. Take them all down to eliminate them systematically one by one. Then it's kind of weird what you do. You have to climb up and step around on switches to get around. Yeah. I was kind of wasting a bit of time. Looks like I was just fumbling around. It's probably something I should have edited out, but I'm talking around, just looking around, grabbing my you-know-what, flipping you-know-who, but it's so cute though. We're coming up to the end of things. I see about 20 seconds left of this as we fight these Dinophos that are a little irksome. About to make another edit, here we go. Yeah, here comes some rather easy enemies. Baby Gomas and big Scorchulas. They have to wait your timing for you to do your hits upon. And then these final Dinophos to be the last enemies here in the Cave of Shadows. Okay, those were the last guys right there. Live commentary, of course, because I'm talking now, except I haven't already been talking, if that makes sense. we have something to look at in here. I'm sure it looks pretty nice in a less hazy form. You have fought hard to reach this place. In praise of your courage, I will give you this blessing. And what a blessing it is! It is the Colossal Wallet, allowing us to hold up to 9,999 rupees. Quite the Geno whirl of things. How can it hold so many? Magic, that's how. Many on the surface cry out for one with powers like yours. Oh, do they? I feel so achieved and elated. You must go back. Well, we're not ready to go back quite yet. Yeah. I did have to use my Zelda amiibo. I know. You're gonna be saying all the same things to me because I accidentally talk-comrated to you. But there is one final room. Let's steer clear of Midna for now because, yeah, there's something great for us aside from that wallet of insanity. In this chest of insanity is a silver rupee of insanity, worth 200, of course. Haven't gotten way too many of those. And if we want to go to this place, we can do a little bit of posing if we so desire. If we want to wait for Link to sit down and look all crazy like, and on this pose you can look all cool. I mean, yeah, different places you can do things, but obviously we want a minute jump right here if I can get all figured out just right, because there is a little something if I can remember to be a little better. Let's try for it. Ooh. Okay, we're just gonna dig right on top of me because, okay, yeah, it wasn't fully exact, but right in my cranium I can get a silver rupee, or was that an orange rupee? Okay, it was an orange one because it's ticking up all that much more. Yay, we can go past 2,000 rupees now. 2,087. What kind of crazy thing will happen in that year? I don't know. I will be up there in ages if I'm not already deceasemated. Kind of morbid, but for the time being, it's time to get out of this Cave of Shadows. So yes, if you didn't get the Colossal Wallet at this time, you would get it from Agatha. So whichever thing you go for first will get you the Giant Wallet as a consequence thing. Not really my greatest run of this place. Of course, it's only my second time completing it, but we did it, and we used the Zelda amiibo one time. And with things as they are, we have the Cave of Shadows done. And with a bigger set of rupees, we are ready to go in the Cave of Ordeals as a Hylian, because there's not much requirements in the way of doing things as a wolf there. We've had enough time as a wolf. But, we'll be going there with this setup of items I have. But I'm gonna have to take a breather between them, so how about that? And I guess by a breather, I mean 2 days later. Oh well. Let's draw our sword and get ready to go inside the Cave of Ordeals, because I think I might be more than ready for it, or maybe I'm not. I'm so ill-prepared that I can't even make it past the first enemy that we're going to be fighting that's so difficult for me. Gotta find out what it is after a little thing. Your power is a gift given only to those with confidence to wield it. Well, I feel confident enough to wield things. Oh man, I guess I spoke too soon, because our first enemy is Bokoblin. How am I ever going to handle this thing? Do I even need to do such complicated things? I guess I do, maybe not. So yes, we are as a Hylian here. I'm gonna try to draw my ghost lantern for you to find out that there are our final 3 poses in the game, because we are at 57, because we got the one in the hidden village. And aside from that, there are things we can dig up every now and then. Don't have to worry so much about hearts, because we have our healings and things, but there are some floors where we can dig up like silver rupees and stuff. But anyway, let's get to the speeding up. And the music is still brought to you by Hyrule Warriors. Going down, we are grabbing quite a lot of rupees. I didn't mention it much because I haven't really been able to mention a lot of things, because I'm just now doing the starting of the post-commentary in this thing. I can go ahead and start reading off where we can get a few of the whatchamacallins, the digging spots in the Cave of Ordeals. As I said in the post-commentary for the Cave of Shadows, I don't really know all the exact locations for places you can dig hearts and stuff, and there are also places for rupees, but in the Cave of Ordeals, 3 and 7, those levels, for starting off, you can get 1 heart in level 3 and 3 hearts in level 7, just a starting off thing. I do have quite a few more to read off, but be mentioning those as we go along. Getting to a lower level, we're fighting Dodongos. On a later floor, I'm going to show that you can actually use bombs to fight Dodongos kind of in a classic way, put them in their mouth to have them explode from the interior. It's like the bombs themselves were made from the Dodongos as well, or at least the stomachs of them, making the bomb bags. Going into non-speed up form to show a little something different that we have going on. But first of all, before that cloud of things, fart cloud of stuff, goodbye Moon Man, we get the surprise Link Stamp. So after that, we go to the fart cloud of stuff, and man, you might want to fart when you see something like this, or something. Especially when she starts sprouting them wings. So you know that she's an angel, ha ha ha, all ready to fly. I know, you're looking all splendiferous. Bring in the text. Welcome, hero, to the Cave of Ordeals. I am the Great Fairy. I reign over all fairies of the realm as their queen. I couldn't read that really. In praise for your efforts thus far, I will release fairies to the Ordon Spring, and from this point on you will have the need of the ancient power that lets you go along the cliff without a single foothold. If you give up the fight for now and need to go equip yourself, please talk to her so you can leave. Yeah, kinda fell behind things. But after that is when we get back to more speeding up with the Palace of Shadow music, or Remnants of Twilight as the music is called, from Hyrule Warriors. See, it's just such a nice bopping soundtrack even with a song like this. Of course, it's kind of a techno feel with it, but it always has to bring in the hard rock feelings, and I'm pretty sure there are drums in this. I mean, yeah, there are kind of drums going on, but not the ka-dunk, ka-dunk, ka-dunk type of drum. I'm not really too on beat with it. I don't know if I really be good with playing drums. I mean, yeah, pianos are fun. I can do the drum setting on my piano, but it doesn't have the right feel. I guess at this point I'll go ahead and mention that on floor 14 you can get, my writing's kind of jumbled, but get an orange rupee for 100, as I have it written down, kind of jumbledly at least. There's a post soul right there. I think that's still the first one that we've been seeing, or maybe that is the second one. By the by, we are getting our last 3 post souls here regardless. On this floor, you can have a split second of a chance to go for a blue chew jelly, but it became purple before things went too crazy, so I didn't want to risk taking the damage from it. Not that with all of our healing capabilities we could do too much in the way of deathification around here. No, not defecation, deathification. Yeah, you get that angry Zelda stamp, and you'll need the ball and chain, as the Great Fairy was hinting around about, for you to be able to continue. So the next little bit is going to require the double claw shot, so you could essentially do the place after you get that, being able to do it all the way through. But I like to have the 20 hearts being full up on everything, and also, of course, the giant colossal wallet, as it were, from the Cave of Shadows. Redeads around, it's fun to use ball and chains on them. Yeah, I'm not really mentioning too many strategies about enemies as I should be. Archers are always annoying, taking them down first, and it's always fun to, before you jump down, maybe use arrows or even bomb arrows to take things down. Or in a situation like this, where even though I am using arrows, but torch slugs, you notice that I've used a claw shot to take care of them and dispatch them before I needed to actually hop down and do groundwork, lay the groundwork. And that's an odd floor because it seems like a bunch of enemies that should go down pretty easily, but red folk goblins, for whatever reason, have such high health, so you just like topple them over and finish them. That's a good way to finish them. I guess that's the way to tie things together. But yeah, a lot of later floors are kind of remixes of ones you've kind of already seen, like the combination of Stalfos and Stalkin. Ball and chain always is good for that. Master of climbing, as she's saying right there. Whatever. And you get the Happy Midnight stamp. We're getting quite a lot of stuff out of the way in the way of stamps as we go through here. Of course, not really necessary completion, but it's fun to do. Yep. Oh well, I guess you needed that Dominion rod right there. We're not at the point for the not ball and chain, double claw shots yet. We already passed the ball and chain point. It's always helpful to do that. Yeah, here's the floor right here that I was trying to show off the bomb strategy, but I was getting swarmed by a lot of other enemies. I think this is number 60 Poe right here. I was having quite a fun time with it. Is it the one? Nope, that's actually number 59. We are switching to the awesome Kakariko Village music. No matter what the iteration, it is always cool. Of course, it's the half step higher, based on Twilight Princess. See? Even Hyrule Warriors has enough songs to represent Twilight Princess. A Twilight Princess, whoever the Twilight Princess is, it's not Midna. We've already found that stuff out. But we do need to still go to Hyrule Castle and do things about Princess Zelda in the way of saving her, defeating Ganondorf, and all that whole shebang of stuff. Did I miss an important point of stuff? But yeah, floor 18, you get 1 heart, 22, 3 hearts, 27, 1 heart, 34, 1 heart, 39, 200 rupees, which that's actually the one I'm on right now with these 2 dark nuts. I didn't bother to dig around right here because I was so concerned with shooting down these dark nuts with the bomb arrows is kind of a weird window to hit them with if you want to do that shit damage without having to worry about being hit from up close. And it's always weird to do like a shield bastion and helm splitter on them. You have to approach at the right angle, hit them right on the shield, then go right into the helm splitter. Then at this point right here, I didn't really want to take too many chances. I used my Toon Zelda amiibo to recover my health, even though I do have plenty of healing things. I think we're getting pretty close to a point where the live commentary is going to be kicking back in. Alright, yeah, she's releasing Fairies to Le Neighbor Spring, and I think this is from the point where we're going to be needing the, what you might call it, double claw shots. Oh yeah, Armos are always annoying. Slightly less so when you're as normally, because you can just bomb arrow them, and also you're slightly more agile to move out of the way of them. Just a weird hitbox and everything with Wolf Link that you'd be able to try to deal with. Yeah. These last few floors aren't too difficult, it's just a weird setup of enemies. Yeah, this one's kind of a barrage of archers. Never too unannoying. I came full circle with those words in a way that was more complicated than it needed to be. But what's not complicated is, amidst all of these armored Dinolphos, I don't know, it's a weird thing, Armorphos, so cool. There is actually the very final Poe in the game to bring us up to 60 Poe souls, and it would canonically be the last one as well, because you get the last dungeon ones in the city in the sky, and then with the double claw shots, you can come back here and prove yourself and your worthiness to get the last 3 Poes that reside within. You don't want to make multiple trips through this place. At least this place has that going for it. Kind of a weird way to string words together. Let me actually zoom out of my timeline to see how close I am to being done. Still have another solid minute and a half. Sorry for my weird jumble of words there. Don't really have too much editing to do, and there might be some parts where I'm like, with my annoying breathing. I might have to tone that down in volume a little bit. Yeah, it's pretty much the semi-final floor that we're doing right here, so as we fight this Aerophos and Dark Nut, we are going to do enough to do things. And also on 445 is 3 hearts and 39 200 rupees. Yeah, the things that weren't really mentioning too greatly well. So let's get these edits out of the way and finish off this set of enemies and move along. Okay, quite the semi-final fight that was, because we are coming up on our final fight, being 3 Dark Nuts. Well, we only see 2 right now. Of course, we've seen the different colored ones. I think the red ones are a little bit more powerful. Number 3 should be like hiding below us or something. Or maybe somewhere. Yep, there he is. I was wondering where you were. It's like almost primary colors, but not quite. Okay, let me check my items real quick. Make sure I have a fairy in reserve. Yep, seems fine. I think once I get down to like 1 heart or so, I'll use my rare chew jelly to power up a bit, try to do a little bit with that. And then, yeah, I'm gonna ensure that I win this no matter what. Sorry if it's a little anticlimactic, but I do want to try to use my magic armor as well. If I haven't already said that, yeah. About the whole anticlimactic thing. Yeah, I'm just doing the bomb arrow strategy. It's kind of iffy how it works. Gotta get a weird window of time. See, that guy's already throwing his stuff at us, but yeah. It's probably best to deal with that first guy there while he's in his speedy form, agile and stuff. Ooh, yep. All these guys are doing crazy things. Let's try for a jump attack on this guy. Usually the best way to do it, for him to drop his guard. And let's see, yeah. Seems we're getting down to a little bit of insanity here. And we are down to 1 heart. So how about we equip our rare chew jelly? Drop out the way of things a little bit. Should I combine this with my magic armor? You know what? I think I will. Yellow stuff with my crazy stuff. You know what? I'm gonna be so crazy as to even go into my Ordon shield, but not my Ordon sword to black things away. Black things away? I don't know. I'm not trying to be racist or anything. It's a way of saying words, I guess. By dropping your armor off of you, of course, it's not making much of a difference if I'm not actually swinging my sword or anything. Yeah, I think I've already lost my power up, but yeah. See, I'm gonna use the strategy for having my great spin available at all times. Just have my ulti slow tick down, striper, comforter on you, so you can get some collateral damage on the other guys. Yeah, I might edit around this a little bit if things are taking a little long. Yep, dropping my rupee count a little bit, going for the guys with my normal sword strikes when they're not in a strategic manner of things. Alright, might as well make the 3rd guy go with the agile form. It's like the most basic one though, it's trying to hide his armory shade from me. Come on, can I do things to a point where I can helm split view like that. Here we go. My swinging. Sorry to hear my controller, but oh well. It's quite the intense thing going on. I just spam great spin. Got that guy taken out of the way. Yay, he only drops me a singular rupee. Oh well, no, it's bad though. Something that's a little bit on the fun side is that if you were to go through the Cave of Ordeals again, I don't know why you would. Well, maybe if you want to get another of the ultimate rewards from it, but there's not really much else to gain. In rooms where there are Dark Nuts and Chill Foes, there will be more. Well, at least 1 or 2 rooms, maybe, has twice as many Chill Foes as the normal number. Then all the rooms with Dark Nuts would have 1 more. So the room with 2 would have 3, and this room with 3 would have 4. Quite the thing to take down. So, yep, making the sound effect as if I was finishing the fight there, but not quite yet. Should be right about now. Yeah, look at that. And in fact, I'm gonna even keep my rupee armor on. I think this might be a place where we can go into a wolf mode thing. Go around the perimeter, because it's not always dead center or anything. Yeah, might have passed by rooms where there may have been a purple rupee or some such. And also during the second run through, in this spot right here, the postman would be sitting around, meaning that he used his great powers to clear things. Maybe even the second run to where he would have had to fight the extra Dark Nuts and stuff. But anyway, pretty much one of our final stamps in the game is this fairy stamp right here. There are 1 or 2 to get in Hyrule Castle. You know what, let's go ahead and check my inventory of things. You got 46 stamps. I believe there are 48 or 49. Yeah, we got the whole alphabet as I've already shown. Something right here that I have gotten. Maybe it's something up against the great final barrier there. Then yeah, a few others that we'll be filling in as we get to them. Is there a chest to get before I talk to the great fairy? Doesn't seem to be in such a way. So let's go ahead and talk to the great fairy. I'll go into my regality form, you know, so we can do some talking. Let's get to the talking. Miss Great Fairy that I probably oohed and awed about in the post-commentary that I've not done any of yet, but here's the live commentary. I'm being so nonchalant with the crazy stuff. You cleared many ordeals. How impressive. In praise of your courage, I will give you this blessing. Ooh, are you gonna cut your hair a little bit? Nope. We're going to get more Great Fairy's tears. Sacred water contains Great Fairy's prayers. Nice to have. So it's basically another rare chew jelly or more Great Fairy's tears, of course. Ooh, hello, you're a little close and rubby. Drink this and you should be able to clear any difficulties that you might encounter ahead. If ever you need my assistance again, visit any spring. Many on the surface cry out for one with powers like yours. You must go back. And is she gonna get me out of here right now with the crazy sounds effects of stuff going on? I guess it is. Yeah, I didn't miss any chests with stamps because that one with the fairy one would be there in the way. So yes, here we have things. We can get more Great Fairy's tears if we have an empty bottle, so let's see if I can do something like that. Welcome, hero. The tears you hold, they are blessed. I'm sure this is Leneru speaking. Drink them and you shall and better endure the dangers that await you. Yeah, if you ever need me, come to the sacred place, I guess. You can only have 1 bottle of them at a time, so I don't really need to worry so much about filling it up. But what I will fill an empty bottle with is a fairy. Very nice fairy. Very nice, very, or something. Lord Varus. Welcome here, the cheers you hold, you're saying all the same things because I was mashing A all around. And I don't need to do the double claw shotting in this room because I already got the rupee thing that happened. The speeding up sure saves a lot of time, so we have a little bit of extra minutage to head back to Giovanni and get our reward for all 60 post souls. So, let's do it! Into Nighttime Castle Town. I'm just gonna parade around as a wolf. The guy of praise doesn't seem too disgruntled by me being a wolf, but I'm sure there will be those who are. Let's see. Yep, that way up there is to Hyrule Castle, which is where we're going to eventually go to next time, but I'm not ready for my outro quite yet because I have to go over to the area in which Giovanni inquires and requires me to be, or whatever. Hello, person that's like a salesman on the West Road because they reuse sprites and stuff. And it's also like a funny little conversation thing that goes on around. Yeah, here's a dog about the stone pavement hurting his feet. Yeah, I think it is on the east side here. If you were to talk as a human and be like, that guy over there is staring at me. What do you think about that? And then you go to the other guy. That guy's staring at me. What do you think about it? I don't know. It's a fun thing about stuff. There's all these cats talking around, kicking around with the stuff, and yeah, don't want to talk to every single one of them. I just want to go into the room in which Giovanni is. Not a room, just a house, even though it's kind of a single room. Rich person, but doesn't really have much to do with the house. And with all the post souls, here's the Cat Jingle. Thanks for all your help. All this money, what are we gonna do with it? I don't know. Let's talk to Giovanni first. Hear the gold-sounding diddly-doo sounds. And it's looking like a person. You did it! Look at me, I'm back to my old self again. Thanks to you, everything in my life is coming up roses. Ha ha ha! Of course, I need to thank you. Please accept this, doggy. Our prize is going to be a silver rupee. That's worth 200 if you didn't know and can't read. Alright, I need to let my girlfriend know that I'm back. And who might his girlfriend be? Well, we want to go to Telma's bar and find out. Thanks for all your help. All this money we're going to do with it. Yeah. This is like the 100 Skulltula reward in Ocarina of Time, where you can get pretty much as many silver rupees as you wish by exiting and re-entering. But with this, let's go over to Telma's bar now. Here we are in Bar Terma because Japanese or something. Yes, we go in, and Giovanni is here. He doesn't seem super happy. I hadn't seen her in a while, and she started dating another man. Oh. Yeah, I think the girlfriend might be Telma, just a hunch. Let's have a little talkie too, especially with the cutscene thing going on. What's that, honey? Ilya's memory? Really? Mercy, if that isn't the best news I'd heard all day. After the bad news of breaking the breakup news or something. You did a great job, honey. Alright, so that's kind of ending all their arcs. I haven't really talked to Shad about the city in the sky. Hello, Link. I've been poring over literature since I saw you last. Thanks to you, I think I've gradually come to understand several different aspects of the riddle of the heavens. If I hadn't met you, I might have given up trying to bring my father's dream to fruition. I'm truly grateful for what you've done. Someday, perhaps, I can repay this debt. Well, maybe you can. Yes, my golden friend came in handy, did he not? Link, restore the peace and bring the children back home. Sad state Hyrule Castle, gotta go there as swiftly as possible. And good old Ashe. Link, you truly are a mysterious guy. No matter where some kind of incident occurs, your name always seems to come up. Hey, don't misunderstand me. I meant that as a compliment, yeah? Is that my dog barking? I guess so. I think it's about high time to end this episode if people are coming in. Let's go to the same standing pot. And until next time, I'm the Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess HD, where we storm Hyrule Castle for our final battle. Don't toast yourself.